Wow, it's 11. We don't have 14 until this afternoon, so I have a chance to play Europa while I'm awake and not exhausted and not in hernia pain and all that. Let's go. And where we go? We go right back to Hosokawa. Yeah, that's it. Save game might be incompatible. I hope not. I know they did an update since this, and I was having fun. I hope we don't have a problem, but we're gonna give it a try. We're gonna do it raw. We're gonna raw dog our who up raw dogging the Hosokawa. Cass isn't even up, and I saw her like roll her eyes at that. Ooh. So we have issues, I guess, allegedly. Apparently, there's something about gulfs and gibelines. Allegedly, there's a Black Death. I never heard of that. Yeah, I don't need to... Well, let's keep it for now. So, we are, once again, in Japan. It's been a few days since last we ran. We are playing Hosokawa. Which, well, if we zoom out here, this is the building-based countries map mode. If we hover over... Where's a place I can hover over differently? There we go. With this out of the way, we can see, highlighted, is the extent of our holdings. We have them all over the place. I've been building buildings willy-nilly, not very strategically. I've just been going, oh, give me more money. Well, now we have money, and I think I need to be a little bit more thoughtful. Because, like, as we learned during the big crisis recently, I don't know. I'm also ill. That's a problem with future me. I haven't taken my meds in a couple days because of the hernia, so I'm just going to take one now. I'm sure taking the drug with a side effect of drowsiness right at the start of a stream that's going to be followed by another stream is going to have no consequences. But yeah, all it takes to burn a building is for someone to get that army there, and I think they just have to be there and they can burn it. So if we get into a war with a rival, which we probably will at some point, all these little holdings that we have up here in northern Japan, they're gonna kaboom. They're just gonna get burned. Realistically, at least until I get to a point where I can have enough people that I feel confident having multiple armies, so I can have one kind of down here in my heartland and one up here in the north. These two central bits down here, you know, these two places. Fugeshi here, and over here, Iki, which is, it looks like, primarily controlled by the Kira clan. Those, I think, are just kind of lost causes for the time being. But yeah, we have the two regions, right? We have our heartland down here in the south, around Nakata, and then up here in the north, around Iware, we have some stuff going on. So, from a, like, high-level strategic stance, my goal is to make sure that I have a strong enough military that I feel I can have one group down in the south to defend and one group up in the north. I notice my people around me that I can see. Now, we have 400 people here in the Akamatsu clan, and then over here we have, it looks like 200 in the Yamato clan. I don't have all these flags memorized, so I don't really know. We've got a handful of people up here in the Kagawa clan. Everyone's gonna have their own little armies, but I want to have another 800 person army. I think 800 is enough to stand sort of okay, as long as there's not you versus the world, which I hope to never be. So I want to get another 800 in the north, and I know from expanding this army that a big part of that is weaponry and a lack of weaponry. So before I unpause, I want to just take a look here and check out weapons. Yeah, there is a lack of weapons in the Kyoto market, which is going to inhibit my ability to build the troops I want to build. We do have some weaponry buildings here, and I think we can build some. Yeah, we can build these Tataras. We already have several of them. What do these Tataras do exactly? Let's take a moment here. Tatara here either turns iron into tools or iron into weaponry. If I look at what we've got here in Kusei, that... Okay, so what is this? Is this the owner or the country? Like, they're... Where are these? These look like they're mine. These are making weapons. Tell me more. Yeah, okay, so these are mine. So these are mine. It's a little annoying that I have to go all the way in here to see that these are my buildings. I have them producing weapons. They're making me a large chunk of my profits. They are in Ashikaga because the shogun rules the Isles as the shogun is supposed to. We are loyal. Totally, and the shogunate will reign forever. No worries. That's Kyoto Market. This is Akita Market. Are all of these up in the Akita Market? It's not. Okay, I have a lot of these up in the Akita Market because it's more valuable up there. But profitability is not the only consideration. I want these weapons in Kyoto so I can build troops. Although I could also... What is the state of goods in... I'm sorry, can I only see... Akita Market. I should be familiar with the Akita Market. I've got stuff going on in the Akita Market. There we go. Akita Market also has a shortage of weaponry. Okay, so we're not going to circumvent our problem by just trying to build things up in Akita. I'm not even sure that we can. Can I change... Can I make... Nope, I don't want to unpin you. I want to make you my default, because, like, this is the default. But in this play mode, I'm going to want to be here most of the time. Because it shows all the daimyos. Are there any other building-based countries around the Asia? No, it's just the daimyos. Okay. So yeah, to build up my military, I have a pretty decent chunk of manpower. I'm getting a buzzing noise. Do this, I think that will help the buzzing noise. Okay. I should also prop my laptop up so it gets better airflow. Okay. So the think I'm having is, do I want to just start trying to build? Because I want 800 more. So right now I think we have sufficient manpower, right? We can have 8,000 manpower stored. We gain 140 people every month, which means round that down to 100. It takes us 8 months to rebuild an army. If it gets wrecked, which hopefully it won't. But so I feel confident on the manpower end. I also kind of feel like we should get some sailors, some boats going, because we do have a good chunk of sailors too. But that's less of a... Actually, it could be a very good thing. We don't really do much coastally up here. But if we could have a little navy up here in the north, that could help shuffle some people around to cover this. So most of our holdings are on kind of the southeast edge, not the northeast, and I don't know. We do have some places up here, so I think boat might be a good idea at some point. Like we're gonna want to get around, but for now we can mark here. I don't know. I don't know what do I know of anything. Navies. I have no naval levies. We have no access to ports that are of port. Okay, so we don't have any ports despite all of our coastal stuff, so we can't actually build anything. Going to my buildings. Let me just look what I actually have that I can theoretically build. I mean, I guess I could theoretically build anything. But these feel like the things that are buildable by us. So, raw material production, military. There's not enough masonry in the market to build any of these. I don't actually own any. So theoretically we could build it. The Shoen here, also raw materials. These are government buildings. So the Kokufu here. We have several of them. All throughout this area. We govern this area, it looks like. You can only have one in each. We can't build in this location. That is a slightly concerning thing to me. Hosokawa. They like us, so that's not our restriction. That is my big concern basically always, is whether or not we have enough support from the Ashikaga shogunate, because they can cause us problems. But it looks like we just can't build more of these. It may be that they're all built already. Yakatas. These are where the power of the families congregate. We also cannot build more of these. There can only be a maximum of 1 per location. And there are places that we could theoretically build them. But I bet when we look here, we're going to see a tsuru that belongs to someone else. Or one of those that belongs to someone else. So can I look at buildings in this province? No. Well, I'm going to assume for the time being that that is because there's areas that we could theoretically build in, but we can't, and it's telling us there can only be 1 per location. I'm going to guess that there's already 1 there, so we can't actually build it. Yeah, and there's already nobles there. Not enough masons in the market to do there. So we could, if there's more masonry in Kyoto, possibly build some of these in here, it looks like. Okay. And what does a Yakata do? Gold to owner. So it's just money. I do like money. And then this makes weapons, so we're going to want to build more Tataras to make more weapons. And also money, apparently. Shoin transforms tools into stone, tools and fiber into lumber, lumber and tools into fiber, sand and tools into iron. So the Shoin transforms goods around. So if we don't have enough iron, we need more Shoin, and if we and then we'll be able to turn things around. So basically what I'm picking up here is they aren't, like I initially thought, like trade buildings. They're manufacturing buildings, and what we're doing is we're transforming raw goods that we acquire on the market into other goods that we then take to the market. And we've got a couple more of these, it looks like, under construction. Those are the only things we can actually build right now. Family shrines. Needs to be more masonry. And masonry is a produced good. With shortages. Built by... Well, we don't get to build masonry. Ashikaga needs to build masonry. Okay. So I understand a little bit more what we're actually doing. So we need to pay attention to what raw materials are available in the market. Specifically, iron and sand and timber. Turn iron into tools and weapons, so we have enough weapons on hand to build our armies, and tools on hand to do other goods. If we're meeting that, I think we then turn into stone, so that hopefully Ashikaga gets some masons going to process the extra stone, and then I think we can build up some additional government type buildings, and that seems to be how we gain power at present. Okay. If claim thrown against Kozai. Okay, we have a war here against the Kozai clan to claim their throne. That is a bit that's going on. Probably want to go prepare for that. Let's unpause the game and make our way back to Nakata, because that's where we're going. There's no sense in hanging around any longer. We may as well do that claim. Nope. I'm getting distracted by additional things. I want to build weapons, which means I want to check and make sure we have enough iron. So, our goods in the Kyoto market only. Goods in the Kyoto market only. Iron. And we can build a show. We can have Shoin turn tools into iron. If we remove there and look at tools in the market, we don't have any needs in the market. I'm not sure that we have an excess or a surplus, so let's go to the market. There's a slight lack of tools. Okay, so if we just started making iron, we would run into problems. Okay. So let's actually look at our buildings here. We may want to change production modes on some of them. Back to the BBC map. Let's look at our main, you know what? Nagaoka. You seem like a great place for some Shoin to make iron. But do I have any in Nagaoka? Yes. So you are currently making fibers. I would like you to produce iron, which requires sand. Well, I'd still like you to produce iron. I want this province. I don't want the country. This is going to be slightly annoying. Okay. Can I look? I don't see it. I want you to sort by name, thank you. Okay. Hiya. You have one here. You have a Shoin. And a clan shipyard. Which gives us some shipbuilding capacity and such. Neat. I can't actually build ships. Is this happening to every? Okay. That makes stone. I don't need stone. Okay, so we're getting iron. I look in. Okay, this is slightly annoying. Is this because I'm on the building-based country map mode? Yes, okay. So I look at our show in here. I'm checking. This one is still flagged there. I don't know that we need lumber, so can I go through my production and my showings and change all my buildings productions? I want all of them to be making iron. Thank you. We're making iron, because iron is what we need for weapons. We'll give it a little bit of time if things are overly... If we give it a little time, and if we start seeing missing goods in... missing tools, we can start making some tools. But I think, for the time being... Production, Takaras. I would like all of you to be making weaponry. Thank you. And just to make sure, show in here. Make sure I didn't click something wrong. All of you are making iron. Good. And now, you have no friends. We can claim your throne. Take capital Sanuki. Let's just take a moment here. I wanna make sure I know where this is. Sanuki is there. Okay. Excellent. I don't think we need to raise any troops. One minor thing is, how do we actually take the throne? We have to take the capital province of Sanuki. But we don't actually seem to have anything that we can siege. Yeah. This is the thing that I was noticing in the last war, that I'm not quite sure how I actually do this. I can burn their holdings, which gives me some stuff. I think that just ends them, so it doesn't, like, actually help me. Because this is the province I need to hold. But they don't actually have any holdings there, and I can't do anything about it. But I think this just hangs on for a bit. Okay, we're missing input goods. No, we're not. Game lies to me. Can I just not siege? I can't raise levies. Game, don't tell me I can raise levies. I don't have any. Yeah, and they got like no troops. So I think war is broken for the daimyos. Paradox, please fix. I really think that war is just broken for the daimyos. I don't think I actually like these tax rates. I don't need that much money, and I want them to be a little more happy. I want to have a little buffer room. There we go. There we go. There's a little bit of buffer in my estates, and I'm still making over 17 ducats a month. So yeah, I have this war of Kozai succession, but there's not anything I can do about it. It's concerning. I guess I can look to see if they have any holdings elsewhere. So, pause, buildings-based country, Hosokawa. That's not who I'm looking for. You're who I'm looking for. Kozai, where have you got stuff? There. Literally, only there. That's the only place there's any Kozai. So if I can't raid here, then there's nothing going on. Yeah, there's nothing going on here. No siege, and then nothing. They've got war enthusiasm and base. We're broken war. Can't even do anything with it. Okay. Well, I guess we just chill until the game decides that something can happen. I can look for any buildings belonging to someone else over here. I mean, if I look in the BBC, they've got their color here. But that's not this color, so this is someone else hanging out there. So, yeah. I really don't know what the heck is going on here, or how I do anything with this particular thing. Well, what I do know is I'd like to build a few more troops, so not raise levies, recruit regulars. I'd like to build a few more footmen that are going to live up north just in case. What sort of army breakdown do I have here? I've got mostly infantry and some cavalry. Honestly, I feel like if I'm going to be making 8, I do want 4 infantry, because that's like the backbone. We can only build one at a time because of the lack of weaponry. There we go. We got some footmen on the build. You're suffering attrition. I'd rather not suffer attrition. We'll send our new troops over there because that's, you know, they're going to be going north anyway. Not you. Oh no! Our ruler's first cousin has died. He was a courtier. He doesn't look like he was doing anything, so it doesn't really matter. Merge those units together. That's not going to be a fun thing to insert myself in a moment. Ah, I see. The extra group that I was raising here joined you. No. Going to be the four. The four are going to go over there, form the North Army. North Army is going to need a commander. Hosokawa Yoriyuki. You could be the Northern Commander. I'm going to name this up here, for my clarity, the Northern Army. And this down here is going to be the Southern Army. One, two, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. That is about what I want down here, yeah. Okay. So, Red Turban Rebellion. In 1328, the state of Yuan saw a grand factional conflict between supporters of the Mongolian lords and a group of Chinese Confucian followers, which ended in victory for Borjin Togun Timur Huangdi. However, this was just the seed that laid the foundation for a storm to come. The lack of security and faith in the emperor, as well as harsh taxation, loss of stability in the state, and natural disasters have left the Yuan subjects outraged by the emperor. An Eastern Buddhist monk, Peng Yingyi, has gathered those who oppose the dynasty's way of treating the Chinese. Thus, the Red Turban Rebellion's start. What will happen to the Mandate of Heaven? Of course there's going to be chaos in lands not ruled directly by the divine celestial emperor. Obviously. There's so much going on over there. Osagawara? You actually matter. That is slightly concerning. Okay. Can I build to add to you? Yes. Okay. So I want here. I want 2 archers. And I would like 2 horsemen. Which there's not enough horses in Kyoto to do. Well, the cav can wait. Make sure we have the camp followers. This will be for the Northern Army, which, honestly, the Northern Army should probably hang out there, because they're going to go north. That's what they're ultimately going to be doing. Okay. You all get in there to join the Northern Army. Okay. The Northern Army is basically ready to go north. And I think we'll have them camp out over there. That's a thing to consider. Make sure that's where I want you to go. Yeah. Still missing your horse, your cavalry, but it's fine. Yoriyuki, our beloved nephew, will lead the armies north and maintain the northern front. Should hopefully be an unexciting deployment. So, across our country, an increase in the formation of commons, shared lands between the Nomin has been noted. Of course, the Chonin complain that the commons are an outdated method, less productive than enclosures. So we can support the traditional economy and gain stability, or we can lose stability and move towards capital economy. So, like, as a 21st century socialist, I want to be like, heck yeah, protect the... I forgot, we're the floating head. Kazuji is just the decapitated floating head that rules Hosokawa. Also 55. Our is pretty solid. And is married. With children. Only daughters, but I'm sure Kyuji, you can fix that. Right, Chiyoko? You'll provide sons eventually? Anywho, I wanted to look at the values, because I want to actually make a decision informed on my understanding of what's going on, about whether capitalism is good for us. So we're going to be in the traditional economy for a long time. Buildings are more expensive, we get better raw material output, but we don't have RGOs. Oh god, so the traditional economy is just bad for us because we don't have RGOs. Maybe later when the events happen that give us control of territories that we have like control over, maybe then this might matter. But if we come over here, tell me what production efficiency is. Production efficiency in the entire country. Output of raw goods. I think production efficiency might affect raw goods anyway. So this might just be better. Let's go capitalism. The Nomin are unhappy. Who cares? I kind of do. There's 500,000 of them. That could be a potential problem, but it's fine. We're fine. Don't worry. And we traded them and for happiness of people who aren't in our country. That's fine. The shift towards the other bit is going to be good. Levy size? We don't have levies. 3 subjects is probably okay. Yeah, the impact on RGOs we don't care about. This might not be great. We might want to centralize more. Well, it's fine. Another daughter has been born. Another granddaughter. No, it's our daughter. Umeko, welcome to the family. Is there anything for us to burn down again? I think that's basically what we're going to be doing. We're going to be coming over here, raiding their holdings, leaving until we win the war. That looks like it's what we're going to be doing. Good job. And it looks like you've arrived safely up in the north to protect the northern holdings. Good. Is this the place that's best for protecting the northern holdings? Honestly, Hinayuki might be better. No, there's like some attrition going on there. Let's go over to there in Kamiura. Kamiura looks like a nice open area where we can like camp and chill and protect our stuff. Or we could go up to Alita. It's a pity that we don't have like anything up here that is like properly ours. Nope, that's attrition. I don't want to attrition us up here. That's basically what I'm doing. I'm looking for a place that I feel like I can reach all of our stuff pretty readily without attritioning. Actually, Iwate looks like the most convenient place. And it's our we're directly ruling Iwate, so yeah, let's have Iwate's the base of the Northern Army. Good. Wish there was a way to flag that as our base, but there we go. We're in Iwate. And then you're in Nakata, which is where I want to be for the Southern Army, so we're good. We're good. We've got our aim established. Especially if I can build... Not you. That's the wrong button. Here. Horsemen. There's nowhere we can build in the north, so we can only build in the south where there's a lack of horsemen. Okay, it looks like we have sad news. Ryoshu Hosokawa Kazuji died at the age of 55. He was Ryoshu of the clan of Hosokawa. His late grace died while the army was camped in Nakata. His careless handling of secret information made our secrets common knowledge. Well, can we review what you did, O Floating Head? Ruthless, bold, loose-lipped man. Do we have any information about your reign? That would be a nice thing here. If you're gonna have characters like this, give me a little button I can press that gives me like the events of this character's reign. Well, the reign of Kazuji has ended, and now it is the reign of Ryoshu Hosokawa Kyoji. Kyoji here, we don't know anything about yet. 47, 47, 42 was dad. 45, 52, 32. So I think Kyoji is less of a fighter than his father was. A little bit less skilled at administration, but is a much more diplomatic, likable fella. He's got his common wife. Means we need a new general for the Southern Army. I want to look through, have our best candidate from the crown, which is Naryuji here. Now here's a question. Is our northern general better? than Naryuji. 43, 48, 42? 48, yes. Okay, so Yoriyuki. I want Yoriyuki. So, Yoriyuki here. I'm going to replace you with Naryuji. And then, if I can, I'm going to have Yoriyuki come back to lead the Southern Army. So that's, I think, the pattern I'm going to try and have. Barring anything crazy, the Northern Army is going to be like the second in command of the military's position. And promotion welcomes you back to the Southern Army. That's the plan. For the time being. That's the pattern I think that I'm going to have. You know, that way the Southern Army is more prestigious. As we have Yoriyuki here. Also floating head. Does running a military make you a floating head? Memento Mori, I guess. I gotta say that Yoriyuki looked... well... You know what? That's fine. Are you not married? Oh gosh. Here. Have a wife. Marry Ms. Michiko, our courtier. Okay, things are going. Things are going. Things are chill. Our heir is underage. It's fine. Our heir is a daughter. I really don't want to... No, that's just a daughter. Who is our current heir? Our current heir is Hosokawa Ume. This is our heir. She can have a better education. We can pay. We can pay for the expensive education. We sure are spending a lot to educate the slow child. The power of the Soryu never relied on the state itself. Rather, in many ways, the Soryo, who led their legitimacy to the Ryoshu through their ties to spiritual realm. A combination of deft political moving, fear-mongering, and donations from our subjects have cemented the power of the estate. Well, what benefit are you giving us? Literacy. I love literacy. Clerics. I think that is good with the literacy. Cabinet efficiency. I like that. Agenda impact. If any of these go, it might be the administrative clergy. I think we're okay on everything. I think what that means is we can tax the Soryu a little bit more. No, I think they're fine. Okay. We have a lot of money, though. I would like to build some more buildings, and I think that is... Gee. You're the ones that produce tools and weapons. So I would like, I think, to build some more shoen in our territory. Make sure that we have enough weapons. Hi, bots! Welcome to the stream! Yeah, enjoy it while our mod pulls herself out of bed and logs on to ban you. Okay, they will accept. So we can't actually, like, claim them the way I would like to. Okay, so this just doesn't do anything. So we'll get some war reps. We'll get some money. That's like nothing. Can I humiliate them? Nah. Yay! We're at peace. After the 1st of February, 1355, I never have to worry about that silly claim I made. Okay. War is just not a good idea. For the time being. We have our troops, we have everything here, but I just don't see a point. I don't see that we've gained anything useful out of war since the unification. So I'm gonna chill, just be prepared, and focus on production. And build a few more buildings. Ooh, we're out of money again. Kagawa clan. The offices that deal with our subjects have become isolated from those they govern, so they've become arrogant. Who do you think you are, Kagawa clan? Diplomacy. Manage subjects. Kagawa. Hi. I can punch them for $5. Give us trade. And also, I suppose we should send someone to improve relations, make sure that they don't get too rebellious over in the Kagawa clan. I have seen exactly identically that message before from other people. It's a scam. Like, in general, when people do come over from YouTube, they start by going, "Oh my gosh, hi, I'm from YouTube." If people come from 14, they go, "Hi, I'm from 14," and I'm like, "Hey, who are you?" Because the name's never the name they use on 14.
Right.
Someone from 14. It might be Glenn. I'm not sure. Someone, their first time on the stream was when we were reading Trans Radfem, and his vibe was bad, and so we just banned him. And he's like apologized, and he's made it better. And he's like, "Can I be unbanned?" I'm like, "Yeah, send me."
I really hope that user like stuck around for the rest of the.
He like got blocked. Like, I don't think he could view because I'm like, "Get out of here." I go heavy on blocks when I'm the one who does it. But he's been like, "Yeah, can you undo it?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure. Let me know who you are." He just hasn't told me his account, so I can't unban him. It's like, dude, if you want me to unban you, you need to tell me your account. I don't know your name. Yeah, Kagawa's mad at me because I punched them for their trades. Which I have automated, correct? Yeah. I was watching DDR Jake while I was at work this week, which helps with learning some of these things, but not others, because he's playing the Golden Horde and doing Golden Horde things. But it does look like, from what he was doing, that automation, we're close to being the target of an international organization for the independence movement of Kagawa. Ugh. I'm sure it'll be fine. But yeah, it looks like they optimized for money and not for fulfilling pop needs, which might matter if I cared about my population, but I don't really care about my population. They exist to slave away in the sand, because, like, I don't actually control any of these areas. So I go in and look at control. Control? What is control? If I click here, I can see, okay, Ashikaga has control. The control is in the area here around Kyoto. And then there's a little bit over here near Awa. So, you know, we are kind of in the heartland of control for the Shogun. And we have a little bit up here where the Shogun doesn't care. That's why we have all of our, like, trade and manufacturing up there. You know, what the Shogun doesn't know won't hurt him. No, I have been building a little bit more in our heartland down here. What is this island? I bet it's in the... I've been building basically... I was building basically randomly until now. Provinces, areas. There we go. Non-Kaido. Tokaido. Kinai. I guess these are like the regions. So we have Saikaido, Sanyodo, Sanido. I know Tokaido. I know Kinai from like other things. What's this? O. O is the north. Osato is like this mountainous center. Hokurikudo is like... If I think about the geography of everything, which you can kind of get here, like, you look, you see the mountains, you see everything. I don't want to fuck with up there. I care about around here, and I care about the north because I've randomed my way in the north. Yeah, I have been building in no control areas a bit. If I mouse over my stuff, you can see. Again, let's mouse over up here. You can see everything. It's a little tough, but you can see highlighted all the areas in the north, the center, and the south where I've built. Because I don't care. We're just a family. We're just a powerful military clan. We don't actually care about the control of the government. In theory, we don't even... In theory, it might actually be bad for us to be in there. Kyushu, Shuka, Honshu, Hokkaido. Yeah, those are the islands. I was thinking... But yeah, I think Shikoku is the one that we are on with our, like, heartland. I don't geography. Any knowledge I have of Japan is supplemental. I mean, it's pretty neat. Ugh, we didn't learn. Here's the extent of what we learned about Japan in school. Japan evil ran in, start war, we nuke Japan. Yay. Hiroshima is now our sister city because we bombed it. And by we, I mean the small town I grew up in built the plane that dropped the bomb on Hiroshima. So like in high school, there was a foreign exchange student from Hiroshima who came to visit us. And I remember at one point, we went bowling at the Nuclear Alley, which you have to, like, I don't know if it's still there or not, but it was still there at the time. And you had to have someone in the Air Force to get you on base. Because it was on base, and it was in, like, the basement of one of the buildings. And it was in the basement of the building that used to be the factory where they built the plane that dropped the bomb on Hiroshima. And I remember her just having this look on her face of, wait, it's not a factory anymore. The only, like, remnant of this thing that dropped untold horror on us is a bowling alley themed after nuclear weapons. And we're like, yes, and it's horrible. See, this is why I really need to fix my browser source. because I don't like how it doesn't scroll properly on Linux to the bottom. Like, it doesn't bother me from a reading perspective, but it just like means that the most recent message is cut off slightly on the screen for like viewing. And that's just because I'm using a window capture. Okay, no, I see you attritioning. I don't want you to attrition. Okay. I think Kamiha doesn't attrition. Don't attrition in the northern army. We're not attritioning because of the Black Death army, no. What is this? This alleged Black Death. Never heard of it. So, Ryoshu's reputation's tarnished. Kyoji, how could you do this to us? Some sort of propaganda text is circulating about how Ryoshi Hosokawa Kyoji is a ruthless warmonger. No, that's his dad. It might impact our reputation. We'll eat the stability. It's fine. We have high stability. That's 78. Okay, are you going to be able to recharge and feel everything good here? It might have also just been winter. We might just attrition in winter up here because we don't have any of our fort buildings and we can't build any because other people have their forts up north. So the Northern Army just might be a miserable, shitty posting. What's the climate look like up there? It's continental. It's not winter now, so we don't know what the winter is, but it is a continental living. Devastated? No, I don't believe so. I don't even know if devastation's a thing anymore. But no, like all the provinces have been divvied out to the clans, so we can't take anything more. Basically, we can't really expand what would be our quote-unquote holdings until the shogun becomes weak. If I just glance around here, I'm looking for anything that might be related to devastation. Supply. Hey! Okay, this is... Supply is shit up north. Outside of Akita. So, I don't think there's a good spot anywhere. We have 4 months of food capacity. Ashikaga, hey. Can I buy food access from you? Yay! Thanks, boss. That should help our everything, because now we can acquire food directly from the shogun. So, the Northern Army should be fine. Can we build Cav yet? No. There again, no horses. So sad. Okay. Council time. If we want it to succeed without any effort, we want to promote the castle works, and that is fine. We don't have any fort buildings we can build. Do we have any laws we want to fix? This is our chance. Okay. Humanism's fine. Any religion for the air. Monogamy is fine. Levies, we don't care. We don't get levies. Central Council, I like centralization. Cabinet efficiency is nice. Additional additional cabinet's good. So that's fine. De jure laws by blood. We don't do integration, so we might want to take advantage of the law change to get traditional administration. In here, change our feudal de jure laws to tradition. Our legal code is traditional here. That gives us decentralization, more estate satisfaction. We don't have any other options. Really, I'm kind of looking for anything that improves education, like literacy, TBH, because I want more research. Border controls. We've got open borders. I don't need to close the borders. Martial society. Yeah, that's probably fine. We've got mass education. I think that's the best thing we have right now. Yep. So education of the masses. Nobility controlled mining. Free subjects is pretty okay, probably. Capital economy is even better, so we can go burgher controlled. I think we might do that. And then our estate, favor the ruler. Absolutely. So yeah, what we'll do, we'll ask for a law change. And it'll be a change in the mining laws to a burgher-controlled mining operation. That'll push us towards capitalism, which is just better for us. It's bad for the common man, but we're not the common man. We're the clan of Hosokawa. And now, do we want aristocratic support? Trading legitimacy and moving towards aristocracy. To just... What happens if this passes? We get fortification works for 10 years, which makes our forts cheaper. Woohoo! Thank you, nobility. Resume. We've completed our parliament. And now, let's speed up a little, because we're going to be at peace for a bit, I think. We're not, because look, we are already at so much money. Are we even done building yet? I'm just gonna expand what we've got. Building destruction? What do you mean by building destruction? I was looking at the game, so I don't know what context you have for building destruction. What do you mean? Like... Buildings can be destroyed. That's why we have the army in the north to protect our northern buildings. All an army has to do to destroy it is walk into town and things. Yeah, in that case, this would be the most devastated. Because we keep burning down their buildings because they got independence and we're mad at them. I don't have timestamps on. I can probably turn them on here in chat. How do I turn on? I don't have timestamps. I was just... there we go. They just weren't showing up. 12:19. Haha. Yeah, that's probably related to devastation, is destroying buildings instead of having generic devastation. Which, if someone comes down and burns all of our buildings, that destroys us. We're a BBC, so we need our buildings. We can gain support on the council, or lose support and gain money. Thank you, money. Let's get some more shoin if we can. We're gonna have to build in new places. Okay. Pause. Before I did this willy-nilly, I want to make sure that we're building near to the North Army or the South. All these open spaces are in the north, it looks like. There's not enough masonry in the south to make them, so we're going to add some more up north. And that's as many as we can afford to. We're going to do it up north and expand our production up away from the eyes of the Emperor. And now let's take a moment, look around. It looks like stuff is falling apart up in Great Yuan. It looks like we have got Chen, Ming, Wu, and Fang here. Fang is fucking up the south. Great Yuan might not be long for the crown. Okay, and Delhi has split off the Bahmanis. So now we're looking at potential ascension of Vijayanagar in India. God, the fall of Delhi and the ascension of Vijayanagar in India is so freaking cool. Sahil and I were toying with possibly starting an Indian history podcast, and then ended up not going anywhere. Because, like, there's a couple of them, but, like, the two big Indian history podcasts out there, one of them is the Empires podcast, which is really not about the history of India. It's about the rise and fall of the Mughal Empire and then the rise and fall of the East India Company, because it's all about it's empires. It's all about how empires rise and fall. And then the other one is this really Orientalist British thing that's like, it's fun, but it's got the whole the mystical land of India vibe, and like, India's a real place. It's not a fantasy fairy tale land. Like, the people there are people. The people from there are people. So it's like, I've wanted to do, like, so the idea was we would do a little podcast about the history of India, and it would be initially like Sultanate of Delhi and Vijayanagar, because like each of these little nations in India at this era, which is basically where you'd want to start a history of India that's focused on how is India the way it is today, because like there's a lot of overlap with the rise and fall of the East India Company, because the East India Company fucked up India and India's had to rebuild. But like, you want to set the stage for the arrival of the West, and if you're doing that from an India-focused perspective, you have the problem that there isn't an India. There's, Delhi and the invading sultans from up in the actually Afghanistan, basically. They're Afghans coming down through Pakistan and North India. We've got the Bengalis over here doing their thing, but there's not so many English language resources on them, so I had some pretty good sources from the Indian National Library in English about Delhi and Vijay, and they're kind of like the two anchors of history at this time. Like, it doesn't look like it much, but they're this group here fighting back against the Bahmanis and unifying South India is a big force. Delhi here and its slow decline is a big force. And then, can we see them? Are they here yet? Do they exist? Yes. I think. Yes, these people. These people are outsized significance because they're the initial traders who make good deals with the Portuguese explorers. Because their whole thing is give us money. And, like, BJ takes everything except this little strip along here. But these guys, they're like, yeah, we'll trade with you. We kind of like trading with you more than the Muslims because you don't get all annoyed with us about not being Muslim. So, yeah, sure. And that ends up leading to European interest. But, like, you can still focus on these two during this time because they're aware of what's going on with the recent European explorers, who at one point, one of the sultans up north refers to as, like, just a new flavor of pirates, the same sort of mosquitoes they always have to swat. That was what we were going to call it. We were going to be just calling it the Swarm of Mosquitoes, a history of modern India. But then, like, life happened. Everyone's busy. We don't have time to do it. And that's fine. It was my hyperfixation. I was just hoping I could get Sahil, who's, Indian American, and my friend Nuria, who's Pakistani American, and try and get everyone here and be like, "Hi, you two are here to yell at me about my mispronunciations, and just generally bully the white bitch who's like getting a hyperfixation on the history of your peoples." But we're all busy. All of us are too busy to do it. So it's just like dead in the water. But someday, maybe someday. Back to a completely different place, that part of the world that I have no interest yapping about as a white bitch who can't pronounce jack fucking shit. Our artist. The poor skills of Si-Ming Yoshihiro. A laughing crowd at the face of drama, tears and screams at the face of a jolly play. None could have succeeded at failure better than Si-Ming Yoshihiro. Indeed, his skills to insult through entertainment are unparalleled to none. His latest works were meant to be an ode to our great people, only to end up being a scathing retort, listing our shortcomings and greatest failures. I love you. There's no works of art in our country. Please say we get one. Absolute fool. Lose prestige, legitimacy. Fund him. We're gonna go into debt for a little bit, but it's fine. Only a couple months. Hey, fund his improvement. Do we take a loan automatically? No, it doesn't look like we do. Maybe at the end of the month. Happy birthday, me. Bye, me. I love that we're going hour by hour. It seems so excessive, so like... It's so... This is like a 500-year game, and the simulation's running hour by hour. Okay, at the end of the month, we automatically take out a loan from the estates. Well, that's fine. We'll make enough to pay it back soon. We have the one here. Bankruptcy, what's this do? Fucking never. Look at that shit. Hand away from the mouse so I don't click it. Look at the shit that happens. Minus 50 stability. Minus 90% crown power. Minus 5% satisfactions. 90% morale. Pop promotion down, pop demotion up. Research in the shitter, great power in the shitter. I don't really care about that, but like loan capacity down, construction down. We lose progress to capitalism. Never push that button. Okay. Oh yeah, right. The parliament is still running because I just went yapping. We lose support in the council. Oh no. We've researched late feudal relations, which gives us more support in our stuff. What are we actually researching here? Shogunate ties, which is prestige. And then we have a question mark of what we want to research. So let's see. Make sure I have the Age of Traditions finished. Is there anything down here that I just don't have done yet? I think this might be the last thing in the Age of Traditions. Clearing of terrain. RGO in rural areas. Well, I don't really care about RGO. But I think we have... everything here. I think we have researched the Age of Tradition as thoroughly as we care. So we don't have the Renaissance, we can't do anything there. We don't have banking, so we can't do anything there. That's how institutions work here. They block off these trees. We don't have professional armies. I will. So we have to come all the way over here to scholarly treaties. We have not done anything down codified privileges, so that's worth looking into. We're getting shogunate ties. We also have branches and retainers over there. Another daughter, who is apparently shrewd, or someone else is shrewd. More bussy in the army. Oh no. Maybe the best should lead. Only the best bussy. Let's see. Peasant levy might be nice. But I'm not sure we have anywhere we can raise levies as a PPC. This stuff over here is pretty nice. I'm looking, though, for literacy. I know I can look through here. Which... hey, we were right here. Max literacy for burghers, max literacy for clergy. That's more important than this. We don't have any burghers to speak of in the clan. Mills again. So we have kind of some worthlessness here. Again, RGOs we don't produce food. So none of that matters if we know it or don't. But we need to know it to get clergy. Then that gives us tolerance. Cavalry, but we still don't have a good supply of horses. And levies, but again, we don't have levies. We're a clan. Research projects from the Sutra, which is because of being Buddhist. Okay, I like that one. And that is not reliant on that, so that's a different direction. What do we get on the order up here? RGOs, again, don't care. City rights. Again, we don't actually control territory, so that doesn't matter. Food production doesn't matter. Max literacy for clergy, again, pretty okay, so that's fine too. Supply limit, love that. Production efficiency, love that. Trade capacity, love that. We haven't gotten any institutions yet, but we'll want that. Okay. I think what this is telling me is that, so everything we want is behind intensive agriculture. So we'll queue up intensive agriculture, and then we'll worry about that after. Because everything I want is behind agriculture. We don't get any benefits from it, but it's fine. So, with the increased privileges of the bussy come additional duties. So, you can push towards aristocracy and quantity, or we can push towards quality and plutocracy. And I think we want quality and plutocracy. But let's just confirm. Plutocracy gives us more burgers. We don't have any burgers, but I wouldn't mind burgers. Burgers will be good later. Better trade efficiency, cheaper court. Aristocracy gives us more discipline. So I kind of like that. But if we look down, quality versus quantity, we are all on quality. And I think because we're not going to have levies, because we're basically going to always be reliant on manpower and trained professional armies as the clan, quality seems important. It increases our maintenance costs, but that's fine. Speeds up our morale, gives us better tactics, gives us better initiative. What's quantity give us? Cheaper maintenance, more possible frontage. Frontage I might like. What's a frontage? Oh yeah, so it means that we can bring more troops to bear in tight confines, but I think we like quality. I feel like in our position as the samurai clan of Hosokawa. Are we a samurai clan? Like, we're a clan, but like Hosokawa. I should learn more about what Hosokawa is because I'm playing them. But yeah, I think we want the best. We don't care. Only the best bussy leads the army. And if that comes out of the commoners, so be it. I hope no one's expecting respect in my streams. But okay, I actually want to learn something. Who is the clan of Hosokawa? It's only rules. Where? That's what Wikipedia's for. I don't need that coming my way. Okay. Hosokawa clan. Wikipedia. Okay. I'll look at that in a moment. I want to do something with our diplomats. Do I? Not really, actually. I think... What are we doing with our diplomats? Nothing. Oh. Yes, we are. We're doing a spy network in Toki that I don't think I'm going to do anything with. Our first cousins come of age. Lovely. And we're improving the opinion of the Shogun. So we'll let this go for a bit while I research what Hosokawa is. So give me the Hosokawa clan. The Hosokawa clan, Hosokawa-shi, is a Japanese samurai kin group. Haha! We are a clan of samurai. The clan descends from the Seiwa Genji, a branch of the Minamoto clan, and ultimately from Emperor Seiwa, through the Ashikaga clan. Produced many prominent officials in the Ashikaga shogunate's administration. In the Edo period, the clan was one of the largest landholding daimyo families. The current clan head, clan of Hosokawa, is still around, served as the Prime Minister of Japan. Neat. Muromachi is the period we're in, apparently. The clan wielded significant power over the course of the Muromachi, Sengoku, and Edo periods. The clan was one of the 3 families to dominate the post of Kanrei under the Ashikaga shogunate. One such individual was Hosokawa Yoriyuki. Wait, is that me? No, that's this guy. Yoriyuki! You're in Wikipedia. Claps in the chat for the commander of the Southern Army. At the beginning of the Ashikaga's rule, the Hosokawa were given control of the entirety of Shikoku. Yay! Over the course of the period, members were constables of Awa, Awaji, Bichu, Izumi, Sanku. Bichu's in the south, Izumi's in the south, Sanuku is in the south, and Yamashiro's in the center. And Awa is in the south, because... Okay. Katsumoto's son, Hosokawa Masamoto, held power in this way at the end of the 15th century, but was assassinated in 1507. After his death, the clan became divided and was weakened by internecine fighting. I guess we can look forward to that in the future. What power they still had was centered in and around Kyoto. This gave them the leverage to consolidate their power and came to be strong rivals with the Ouchi clan. Ouchi clan? I'm going to call them Ouchi because it's spelled O-U-C-H-I. Ouchie ouch. In terms of dominating trade with the Ming. The Hosokawa remained in Kyoto for 100 years, fleeing when it was attacked by Lord Oda Nobunaga. And then we enter the Edo period. And the Edo period is after. It's the end of the game. So apparently so for the rest of the campaign, the Hosokawa are irrelevant. They historically stayed relevant and powerful through the entire period of EU5. Following the abolition of the feudal class in 1871, the Hosokawa clan and its branches were made part of the new nobility of the Meiji era. The head of the main family was given the hereditary title of Marquis, while the heads of the secondary branches became Viscounts. The titles became obsolete in 1947. The present head of the family line, Morihiro Hosokawa Morihiro, he's just looks like a dude, former Prime Minister of Japan, is a descendant of the Hosokawa of Kumamoto. And that is, I think, descendant. So that's like the line that we're running. How did you do, oh head of this clan that we're playing in the video game in the present day? Prime Minister in 93 to 94. Chat, correct me if I'm wrong, but Japan's Prime Minister reigns for more than a year by default, right? Shortest is 54 days. Longest was 8 years over 2 non-consecutive terms. No fixed term, reigns upon loss of confidence or a House of Representatives opening. Reappointable. Okay, so it doesn't have a standard frame. So a year might not be bad. Premiership. Foreign policy. Resignation. Hosokawa was forced to resign after it came to light that he accepted a 100 million yen loan from a trucking company accused of bribery and links to organized crime. Let's go! Money. Okay. That's all I need from Wikipedia. We now know we want money. We want money and power. Which... We're playing EU5, so of course we want money and power. What do I want? Do I want more Tatara or do I want more Shoen? Shoen, give us the iron. Tatara, give us the weapons. Do we have enough iron? In Kyoto? No. So let's go. Who gives us the iron? You give us the iron. Yeah. Let's go make some more Shoen. In places I can build it, please. Fine. There we go. That'll give us, I hope, more iron. I hope it automatically sends the Every time I see that little pause button, that way I think the game is paused. No, click that button, then we pause the game. I hope that it gives us the default of producing iron from sand that we wanted. Do we have sand in the market? No, there's a lack of sand in the market. Well, that's going to be a problem. We're consuming all the sand to make iron, which is getting turned into weapons and tools, and well, we can't make sand. That's the responsibility of the Shogun, to make sure that there is sufficient sand for the industries. Okay. Let's go look at our options as far as Toki. Who is Toki? Why am I mad at Toki? Alright, they're our rival. That's why we are mad at Toki. They are no match for us. What CBs do we have? Expand clan authority. The war goal is to destroy enemy armies. Okay. That is something I like. That means we can do it. Like, occupying, we can't do. Conquer cost lower, subjugate cost lower. Let's create this that causes belly. That's a lot of money. How happy are the Bushi? Yeah. I don't want to deal with that, so we'll just say it's fine. Exactly how far do you extend? You have a little bit up in the north that we'd have to worry about. You're attritioning up here. The Northern Army is just a miserable experience. Yeah, so they're all around here. We can bring the Northern Army down from the south, down south, to deal with them. And this Northern Army up, and that should be okay. I kind of want another army to kind of go this way, so we can have one army come around here, one down from the north. Identify the armies, smash them, and then subjugate. I guess subjugation's the way to go. Just make them ours. Is there enough to make another little group of footmen? There are not enough weapons in the market. Oh, I should absolutely be giving them additional training. Can I drill you? Retreat. Detach. Yeah, I got where you're going. I'm just trying to see if there's an option for me to actually drill my troops. It doesn't look like it. Hi, likely ban evader. Add me up on your Discord to join your live stream. That the frickin'... No, never. Do people actually fall for that shit? We've advanced Shogun ties. Our prestige shall grow. Hex yeah. I need better music. There's only like 2 songs in this game. It's a little bleh. Okay. We also need more weapons. Apparently our expansion of our... There we go. Pause before the weapons go away. You know what? 300 men will make sure that they don't sneak around the back and burn our buildings down. And will let us know where they are. So I think that's fine. Even if there's only enough... Like, we have more than enough manpower. We just don't have the weapons. It's like, what the heck? And see, up here, they've recovered. I think they don't... I think they have trouble in the winter is what it is. I think that's going to be our best place. Can we come down? Yeah. Let's have them come down to Kami. See if we can't hang out where it's less... Where's the climate break? Subtropical. I want a subtropical climate for my troops to hang out in. Can I have you hang out in... There. Okay, we have the Casus Belli. When our troops are ready, there they are. Actually, I want you to go over there. And you can go there. Yeah. These 300 are going to be going up north. Then we will be able... What should I name this army? Well, I need to get a general first. Uchiharu. Take a look. So here's the Southern Army. This is not the Southern Army. This is... Rear Patrol. And then when will the commander arrive? The commander will arrive here at the end of October. So at that point, I think we fire off the war and see if we can subjugate our enemy. Hey. We're gonna expand our authority. Oh gosh, we've got 1,800 men for their 400. Hi, our enemy. That's where you are. I'm gonna bring you directly across towards Azumi. Now let's begin by going just across to there. I want you to be up in Johto to keep an eye on things. Alright. There's no direct crossing here. Okay. So, because I mostly want you to be keeping an eye that he doesn't come around my back. And then... Nariuji? Burn his buildings in the north, and then come on down. I don't want to burn most of his buildings, because I want to subjugate him, but I do want him out of the north. I want to be able to just come down south without having to worry too much. Okay. So you're going to go up to Osaka and see if he comes. Okay, Akematsu is raising that troop. Okay, they're not there, so go check in Funai, make sure they're not there, and then we're going to head towards their heartland. Okay. Are you in Toshima? You're in Toshima. Raid their holdings, and then come marching south to their heartland. And they're not in Funai, so come towards their heartland. Okay. I guess I'll bring you up. Keep an eye. They might still be kind of sneaking around the mountains in the north, but... Come on, where's your army? Cool, your army's nowhere around. Okay. Go hunting for the army. That's what we need you to do. Actually, I need you to recover some morale, so go chill out for a bit. Move around too much and you lose morale. I mean, I guess we can just go burn Osaka. If they're not going to show up, to die, we can burn Osaka. I'd rather not. We can always rebuild it. Welcome to being an adult, our beloved cousin. I'm sorry. Attacker ticking? Do they not have an army? Okay. Rear patrol, you're going to come to Osaka. You're going to go to Fuwa. And I guess you're going to come down there. We're just going to check for their stuff. Did they just not have an army? No, they can't not have an army. It's February in the mountains. The Northern Army is attritioning. Yeah, it looks like we have a ticking war score. Something happened to their army. Okay. Rocks to be us. There they are. Found you. Found you when we don't have much morale. There we go. Battle is running. We're having some trouble in the center, but we now flank them, and they should be melting. This is what we were looking for. Okay, that's more casualties than I'd like. But there you go. Our cause is just. We get less antagonism for a number of years. That's great, because we're probably going to take a bunch of antagonism when we, like, force vassalize this person. Hi. Now we have even more ticking war score. I feel like Mugi is a better place to camp. Yeah, so the Northern Army goes up to Mugi. Southern Army stays there. Rear guard down in Osaka, we should be okay. They might build an army way up north, but I think we're fine. And this time we're not having to occupy territory that doesn't exist, so we're not suddenly losing that. Yeah, it's good. Hey, Yorisada! Welcome to being alive. Or an adult, whatever. Now we just chill. We chill, we recover our manpower, which has already recovered. Do I send the Northern Army back north? Yes. Go back north. We'll go check out around Kataragi here, see if Toki's there. Aha. I should have checked first that we were balanced, but it doesn't matter. We wreck them. And we'll wait a little bit and then we'll go check Toki again. We've got no morale, but fortunately they don't have anyone up in this province. Akita. Okay, they might have troops in Toki. We'll check. Nope. Any in Mugri? Nope. Any in Fuwa? Yep. I really should remember to rebalance. We lost one man. There really is just nothing. There's nothing better than a Hosokawa soldier, is what this is telling us. One man versus 100. We win. We don't need to talk about the other 799. They were just there having his back. And he fell in glorious combat, but he took down 100 of theirs. Speaking of 100 of theirs, welcome back. Oh, you're there at war with someone else, too. Oh, they're having a bad time. Oh, it's Kagawa. That's right, Kagawa joins because they're our vassal. So Kagawa has to join. And they're like, we're gonna get there. We got 84% war score. Let's see if they're willing to accept. We need to occupy Toki. I don't think we can occupy Toki. Oh, we could just take the own. Okay, we expand the ownership of our clan into areas. So I want Osaka. I want Unai. I want them out of the north. So I want Akita. They're not in Akita. Okay. So what other things can I take from them? I absolutely want Miki. I want our island. Tamana's in the south. I'll take Oshika in the far north. That's a place to camp the Northern Army. And then this is getting towards this area, right? Where's Toshima? Toshima's also up north. Yeah. We'll leave them their core, though. Yeah, Fuwa, Murai, Toki, Kagata. Yeah, you can keep that. Then no building in our lands. And give us all your money. This will give us a little bit of anger with all of these various peoples and minor tribes. And a bunch of other countries. It doesn't look like it's anyone that matters. So, yeah. So if we look now, after that lovely war, there's our clan influence all over the place. So really now we need a southern army, a central army, and a southern army, a core army. Southern army is real small because it's just that one bit on the southern isle. Then we have our core army, and we have our northern army. So northern army, go back home. I think Oshika is the place to. No, you can hang out right there. You're already home. That's fine. Why are you attritioning? From the winter. I see. Okay. Then we will rename the Southern Army to Army of the Heartland. And we'll rename the rear patrol to the Southern Army. Which All Japan. Got the name of the well, of the southern island. I'm going to call this I'm going to name these after our areas. So this is the Sakaido Army, because it's supposed to be in Sakaido. And I'm going to put south there to remind me. And then the Northern Army is the O Army. Just flavoring a little. And then this is the Nankaido Army. Okay. And you can go to Osaka. And then our Saikado army. We'll go there. That's where we have influence. Lovely. The brightest in a generation. The Bushi are grateful. And we have an ambitious child. Our daughter is ambitious. Good job. The Bushi are grateful for us. So they gave us money. We have so much money to spend. Well, let's worry about that. But brightest in the generation. Our wise examination system, the examination system, encourages our population to study and better themselves to become great leaders and bureaucrats. A new generation of bright minds have distinguished themselves in our many centers of wisdom. So we have 3 people that we can invite to our court, 2 of which are listed here. So we have the possibility to invite Hirano, who is a hell of an administrator and pretty okay with diplomacy, but not so great at military. Yeah. Might inspire us to look at what we're doing here. We've got Shigetsugu Ota. So we've got Ota-san here, who, unless Fujimoto-san is just amazing, I think Ota-san here is the one we're grabbing, because look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Greedy, a greedy guy, but 51 administration, 100% diplomacy, 57 military. That's pretty good. Fujimoto. I think we're bringing Oda here. And then, let's see. We're focusing on stability. Sure. Strengthening the government. I don't think we need to do that anymore. Well, we could do societal value changes. But that's something for Oda-san to do. So, I think I'm going to do... Where did I replace you? Oh, he's a 34. He's not very good at this. And we're going to change that. We're going to bring Oda-san here, who's 100%. He's going to be great at this. And then Oda-san is going to change societal values. And which one do we want to push towards? Kind of want to push to the capital economy. So, nope, we can't do that. Okay. Well, we like centralization. There we go. Oda, you can talk to people and make them centralized. Da, 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 da. And the Sultan, the Shogun, will accept an alliance. We are over our relation limits. Because we have these other alliances. And Ashikaga is worth a lot. I think that means that it's time to break some alliances. Like, I'm sorry, Akamatsu. I think I'm fine. I think I'm fine with sitting that little tiny bit over our Diplo capacity. No, I'm not. will be a moment, and we'll kick out Yamato. But I think being explicitly allied to the Shogun is just great. I'm probably wrong about it, but I like the idea. I like the idea of being the Shogun. And then we're getting close to the time where I need to break and use the restroom and prep for FF14. Okay, we've got the diplomat we need. Farewell, Yamato. Error in the numbers. Matsuyama-san. What have you done? He's working on a new mansion. Our suppliers for construction materials could swear they were given orders to send off several more caravans of iron, marble, stone, and clay per the instructions of Matsuyama. It appears the order was unnecessary, and the merchants insist the court must reimburse. Do I care about the Chonin? Chonin? What Chonin? Fuck you. 5 legitimacy? I mean, okay, we don't gain a lot of legitimacy, but we gain, every 10 months we gain 1. So, or we gain 0.15. So, every 3 months we gain 0.2. So, we are basically 50 divided by 3. 51 by 3 is 17. 17 by 2. 34 months. So a bit less than 3 years away from recovering from that. That's fine. So much. I probably did that math wrong. Yay. We have so much money. Let's spend it. Okay. Buildings. So the Shoin makes sand into iron. You make iron into tools. So what I want to do, I want to check the Kyoto market for tools. We have a surplus of tools. Sand. I said sand. Short on sand. Iron? Short on iron. Because we're short on sand. Yes. And honestly, I don't think we want to make more weapons. So these all use tools. What's the state of lumber? Good. What's the state of fiber? Meh. Okay. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go build some Shoin in wherever is the most profitable that we can build. We have so much money, oh my god. So that's everywhere we can build Shoin. Oh, no, it might not be because we're out of money. Still, all that money spent. Goodbye, filter. We have all of those constructions going. That's going to give us even more money because we're making 31 ducats a month in money. I guess I kind of don't care too much. Why are you stalled? Lack of masonry. That's fine. Invest in the future. We have enough money. I think we want the research. I don't know of a good way for us to improve our research speed. So if we get an event that gives me research, we'll take it. We're gonna run into masonry problems, it looks like, but that's fine. They'll eventually find enough masonry. Hopefully we have enough market capability to achieve. What's the market look like? Trade advantage. We might want more trade advantage because there's a shortage of masonry, I do believe, in the market. Yeah, there's a shortage of masonry. So I don't know that we are going to secure masonry first. How do we gain market advantage? Oh, we have some Yakata we can build. Let's get those going. I'm not quite sure what they do, but I think they're important. We have nowhere we can build market villages, warehouses, or marketplaces. Okay, so we just don't have any way we can secure that. Another council. Lovely. Sponsor the arts, I guess? Yeah. I don't think we can build roads. I don't think we have the right to build roads. Let's check. Come down here. We cannot build roads. Okay. That's what I figured. So I don't actually think we care about expanding this. But we do move to centralization. This will move us towards aristocracy and give us a new artist. You know what? Let's just do this to get the centralization. I don't think we have any laws that we want to pass. So I think we just chill. I think we literally just chill here and get the centralization at the end of it. Take a glimpse around what's going on in the rest of the world. Oh yeah, repay our loan. I forgot we had our loan. We could have repaid that ages ago. Oh. Look at the world. Yuan is continuing to collapse. Looks like Wu fell. Chen is rising. The Ming. Don't know who the Ming are, but I'm sure they're going to be... I don't know. I feel Chen. We'll see if Ming or Chen is doing well, but better. But Yuan seems not great. Not much in the Philippines. Are the three mountains unified? No. Or yes. Hosokawa. Nanzan. Hosokawa. Looks like two of the three mountains are unified. Sure, give me the money. We can afford to. Nothing really unifying here. There is a noble revolt in the Khmer. That could be a problem for them. All these little people in the borders of Yuan might have issues. There's Normal hordes up here. Oh, well. Military tradition, heck yeah. And a generous merchant family. You know what? Sponsor Naomori to honor the family. We don't need the money. We're making enough. And like, I don't think we keep running into issues of not quite having enough to spend it on. So I think we're okay with just kind of chilling. We make so much money. I'm not even sure what we make so much money. I want to be spending it on roads. We can't. We'll wait for the buildings to be built and we'll make more buildings. I think that's what we're just doing. And then we have 400 manpower up each month. I think we're doing okay as the clan of Hosokawa. I'm just not quite sure what we're gonna do. Like, if we look at the clans, there's... I guess we could work to expand... No, those are Ashikaga. Ashikaga has big armies. Most people are 600 or 700, so we can work on... What's your breakdown? Infantry and cavalry. We can work on adding our cavalry to the O army. If we can. Not enough horses. Hey, intensive agriculture. That's the breakpoint. Okay. I think this might be the last big decision we decide. So I don't know if we'll unpause. But we've obtained the intensive agriculture. So the chain of research is here down this way that don't really do much is done. And now we have some choices. And in particular, do we want to go clerical literature and then push down here? Or do I want to come over here towards the sutra? And if I do this way, there's a lot of things over here under Renaissance City Planning that I want. I want Nanto Rokushu, or Nanto Rokushu. I want formal city rights. I don't really want it, but I want Sutra. I want Honji Suijaku. So, like, there's 3 things I want there. I want over here clerical literature. We don't have burgers, so I don't care about that. And then down here, I don't really care. So yeah, it's 1 thing versus 3. And I think we're just going to come over this way and grab... Actually, the 1 thing is right here. Yeah, so we'll grab the 1 thing I care about, because there's nothing in the way of that. And then we'll come down here. Grab you. Grab you. Grab you. We can't expand you yet. We're going to come down. Oh, hello, we can turn. We'll come down here, though. I want to expand you. Not enough weaponry. Well, I'm not going to worry about it now. Okay, because I have to go to the restroom, refill my drink, and toggle the stream for 14 static. Hang around if you're watching, if you want to see that. There's a few of you. I think it's mostly the 14 people who are hanging around waiting for me to start 14. Let's run up the rest of the year, though, because we're almost done with 1359. So we'll end 1359. 1360 is just a great final moment. And as we do, we'll tick over to our BBC. That's not right. That's it. And just look at the extent of our current holdings. Like, look at that. You don't see it on the main map because everything is the shoguns officially. But as far as governors, we are doing pretty darned good. Is there anyone nearby? Okay, well they're doing. No, that's us. Ko is doing pretty good. He is doing pretty good. Okasawa is doing pretty good. Uesugi's doing pretty good. But I think this is a good solid Hosokawa here. So as November ticks by, and then December, and we look at the extent of winter over Japan, see why the Northern Army suffers attrition every year. We end the year on the 5th of December with an event, and probably we'll make the decision. We'll end the stream and we'll see the consequences next time that I have time to stream. Groups of alchemists have gathered before the court, desiring funding to expand their research. Their proto-scientific language wrapped in mysticism speaks of a great bounty, gold from base metals, a cure to any plague, an elixir of life, perhaps even the discovery of the Philosopher's Stone. Of course, court experts advise against funding this group as they have no track record of useful alchemical discoveries. Funding the alchemists will probably lead to some kind of discovery, though. It's hard to tell if they'll actually meet their stated research goal. Well, we have a lot of money and not much to do with it. We can spend 184 to have them turn lead to gold, cure any disease. Chat. We're not picking that one because I don't want us to move towards traditionalist. We're not picking that one because I don't have that much money. So just a quick casual thing. Chat. Do we want to instruct them that they need to turn lead to gold or cure diseases? Actually, let me take a look here. There's no lead in the... Oh, yeah, there is... If it matters from your perspective, number one, we haven't had any disease of note in our territory. And the Black Death is apparently over, and we didn't even notice it. And two, there is a market surplus of lead in the Kyoto markets. So Cassie wants us to cure disease. Is anyone in chat back me on, hey, we have a surplus of lead, if we could turn that into gold? Honestly, though, if we could turn lead into iron, that would be good. Because, like, if we look, we have lead. Not so much iron. Supply is breaking even. And sand? Sand? Major shortage. I think I'm going to overrule and see where turning lead to gold is. I don't think they'll pull it off, but hopefully they'll find a way for us to improve our sand access in the market. We'll find out next time, unless it comes to us before the end of the year, because I still want to tick through and end on Seika's birthday, 1360. Gosh darn, winter sucks up there. We don't have that problem. So there we go. Turn of the year. 1st of January, 1360. We have defeated our great rival. We have secured a great number of holdings across the nation of Japan. We are besties with the Shogun. And clearly, peace forever, money forever. There's no way anything can go wrong. We've even sent some people off to research turning lead into gold. They might come up with some useful magics to change the surplus of lead in the Kyoto market into something more useful, like sand. We need sand. Maybe next time I'll look at trade myself and see if I can't import sand, because we need sand. We have enough money. I don't care about making max money if we can import some sand. So we can make iron, so we can make weapons. And we also want to get a better trade advantage so that we have priority on those weapons we're making. And on horses, because, like, we have a good number of troops, but, like, I want all of them to be, like, 1,000 men. I want 1,000 men in the north, I want 1,000 men in the heartland, and I want 1,000 men in the south. And we need more weapons for that. That's a problem for the future. Save the game. And I'll be back after I go to the restroom and update the stream settings with FF14. Yay! Everyone get in the chat. Say hi. Wow.